Hello everybody. I'm still missing coming into school to talk to you and to see your cheery faces, but this will have to do for the time being, won't it? But I do look forward to the time when we can meet face to face. I've been thinking about how Jesus began teaching everybody when he, after his baptism, went out into the houses and the streets and the synagogues and the wilderness to talk to all sorts of people and teach them about God and about his love. And I've been thinking how hard it must have been for him, because I think unless you're born a teacher, it can be quite hard. And I think your teachers are having a little bit of a hard time at the moment. You might think they have an easy life and you do all the hard work by learning, but I think your teachers are having a little bit of a hard time, so let's think about them for a minute. They've been having to learn how to teach through the computer, which amazes me. They've had to learn how to divide their time to sometimes teach through a computer and sometimes teach face-to-face, and all that preparation work they have to do, and finding different ways of telling you what you need to learn. Very hard. I think it's also hard for you because you've got to understand what they're saying when you can't ask them the question face to face. And I think it's hard for mums and dads as well, because if they're like me, well, no, they're younger than me, most of them, but your grannies certainly would be thinking, we didn't do it that way when we were in school. How on earth do they do it? How are we supposed to teach it? So sometimes I think, like Jesus said, we not only have to teach, we have to learn from each other. And I remember a niece of mine was doing some maths homework one day and she was stuck, and she said, Auntie Mary, will you help me? So I went to help her. I had no idea what she was doing because it was all so different. So it ended up that she learned by teaching me how she did it. And then she was able to do the sums. It was wonderful. So we have to learn from one another. And that's what Jesus was saying. We need to learn from one another. We need to try and understand one another. And we need to be helpful to one another. So although it might be a bit strange learning different things, and it might take a little bit of time to understand those things, whether it be school things or whether it be churchy things, we can help one another. And not only help one another in that way, but be sympathetic to one another when somebody else simply can't understand what's going on and feels lonely or feels sad, feeling that they can't even see their friends and they haven't seen their nans and their granddads or perhaps their brothers and sisters for a little while. We can help them, those of us who are able to see them or talk to them over social media. We can help them and cheer them up. So Jesus would say, listen to all I've got to teach you, try and understand it, I'll try and help you, but also help each other. Perhaps we can all do that in these very strange days, but hopefully we'll all be back together again very soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.